The second game week for the EFL Championship in 2024-25 is in the books, and we're starting to already get a feel of what we can potentially expect over the coming 44 games in the English second tier. But as always, guys, I'm bringing you 5 things that we learned from this weekend. So first of all, I mean, if we didn't really know it after they smashed Luton in the opening game week, Burnley really mean business this season. An absolutely resounding 5-0 victory over Cardiff. High fives all around. Unfortunately, they'll be taken back to the Welsh capital. They were well and truly destroyed during this game, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, Burnley have done well. I mean, they did very well to beat Luton like they did 4-1 in the opening weekend of the season. But I think the fact they've backed it up again with another win, and so comfortably as well, is extremely impressive. A Hovarth own goal after less than 10 minutes opening the scoring, and then we saw goals from Colecchio, Brownhill, Amdouni and Goodmanson as well, just rounding it off. 5-0 in the end. Cardiff, I mean, they had chances, nothing that really troubled the Burnley goalkeeper in this one, and Burnley go, unsurprisingly, to the top of the table after the second round of fixtures. 9 scored, 1 conceded. My bold prediction of Burnley not going up this season is not looking very good, but like I said during the video, you know, one thing is very long way to go, and on top of that as well, they are bold predictions, just meant to be a bit of fun at the end of the day. But the Clarets are looking in very fine form, and I'll skip ahead to the team that are second in the table now, Sunderland, who destroyed Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 in their first home game of the season. They are also on 2 wins out of 2 to start this season. Wednesday going from winning 4-0 to losing 4-0, that just shows you the Championship, really, how competitive of a division it was. But yeah, this was the Sunday lunchtime kickoff, and yeah, a very, very impressive win for Sunderland. They absolutely raced into a lead early on, 3-0 up after just 24 minutes. Sirkin, Mayenda and Luko 9 all with the goals there. And Mayenda basically finished the game up just after half-time, 47 minutes in, and he made it 4-0 to the Black Cats. So yeah, they're looking very good. I mean, they'll be absolutely, I mean, for a long time, Sunderland were an absolute mainstay in the Premier League, and they dipped all the way down to League One. It was a very dark time, really, for the club. Anybody who's seen the documentary series Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix will know how much of a mess Sunderland were, but they seem to be getting things together right now, and yeah, very early stages, but on 6 points out of 6. And the other team that's on 6 points out of 6 to start this season are Watford. Now, Watford were definitely not coming into this one with a lot of confidence. Their fans very pessimistic heading into this. I believe the parachute payments have stopped as well, or maybe this is their last season of them, but I didn't really predict them to do very well this season. I thought probably mid-table, maybe playoffs at a push, but right now, 2 wins out of 2 to start the season, and they absolutely just, they tore Stoke a new one, unfortunately. Stoke with an opening day win, and this very much brings them back down to earth. Stoke City not doing well in the second tier ever since they were relegated from the Premier League a good few seasons ago now. But it took a while for them to find the opening. Once they did, the floodgates very much open. Kayembe getting the opener after 47 minutes. Andrews making it 2-0 just a couple minutes later, and then Kayembe with a second goal to make it 3-0 to the Hornets. And yeah, so impressive for Watford. Can they keep it going? We'll see. It's a big ask, of course. They are not one of the fancied teams. I don't think Sunderland were a particularly fancied team coming into this season, but Burnley very much were. And also a fancied team, a team that I thought was going to do particularly well this season, were Leeds. And I have to mention Leeds because they were the early kickoff on Saturday against West Brom. And West Brom, a bit of turmoil behind the scenes. Their fans not really happy with what's going on. A bit of ownership struggles and changes and goings on. But a 0-0 draw with these two this weekend. I'm not really sure what to make of it, to be honest with you. I mean, at least Leeds didn't lose. They were very disappointed in midweek against Middlesbrough in the EFL Cup. But 2 draws to start the season. You might see that as good that they've been unbeaten, but I think to fail to score against West Brom in what was a relatively dull game, given the attacking talent that Leeds have got, I think their fans will be rightly disappointed. But it's still very early days. Still haven't lost the game. West Brom, I think they'll be quite happy with that in a sense. It's a good point rather than 2 points dropped. 4 points out of 6 to start the season. Not bad going at all, really. And yeah, next up, I've got to give a mention to Luton. Now, Luton, I had to cut up automatically. I thought they'd bounce straight back. They're not looking particularly likely to do that, really. A 0-0 draw against Portsmouth. I believe this was an early kickoff on Saturday as well. But to be honest, I think it's probably a good point because they were down to 10 men for a long time in this one. It was about 20 minutes in or so when the goalkeeper got sent off. Half an hour in, Kaminsky got sent off the goalkeeper. 2 desperate fouls, really, on the Portsmouth attacker. They had to bring on their second goalkeeper for that. Portsmouth dominating possession, getting more chances. Luton holding out for a draw. But I mean, it's a point for Pompey again. But the fact that Luton get another game without a win, I think it's disappointing. But at the same time, they didn't lose. So they're finding life tough in the Championship. But it is a brutal division. It does not take any prisoners whatsoever. But right now, teams like Burnley and Sunderland will make it look pretty easy. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, those are my main takeaways from this weekend's Championship actions. What were yours? Let us know in the comments below as always, guys. And of course, we'll be back next week to bring you some more reaction to the weekend games as well in the Championship. So yeah, see you soon, guys, for some more action from the second tier of England.